Hey friends, this is really for the people who gonna watch the playback. Musty, dusty, crusty. Hey friends, if you join, if you watch the playback, thank you, thank you. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. If you're here live, which no one is, then we'll chat. I do have questions on. Let me put no modifications. As the description said, this is going to be a get ready with me. I work today at 2 p.m. Let me confirm that. But I work today at 2 p.m. and I've made my bed. I've done my morning walk. I've done my morning straightening slash cleaning. And I am decided to go live, even though it's not on my calendar, but I have not been going by my calendar. So we are here. Let me see what time. Friday. Yes, today I work from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. I'm off tomorrow. Then I work again Monday. So I'll get to work earlier, probably like 1:45, clock in at 1:50. We're able to clock in 10 minutes early, so I'm gonna do that. And I'm off at 9 p.m. I'm gonna see if they have any extra hours, if they need any coverage, that I can get extra hours. I'm feeling good. I just had some caffeine, had 7 ounces of some coffee. So, and if I need to do a diet soda later today for a little bit more caffeine, then I'm willing to do that. I'm gonna see if they'll let me stay till like 11 or even midnight. I'll do. So that's that, y'all. These mother suckers really. So I got a new favorite one, the cracked pepper sunflower seeds. Oh, OMG, them suckers are good. The cracked pepper. So now my favorite is cracked pepper, ranch, dill pickle. I love it. I love it. Make sure you stay hydrated. It is very, 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 very high in sodium. So, make sure you're drinking a lot of water. Really focus on that. I mean, I tell people when I was coaching and guiding people through their health journey, their fitness journey, I would tell people at least a gallon a day. But some people, everybody's different. I have days now where I drink a gallon and it's still not enough water. So I'm probably over a gallon for hydration. I'm still trying to figure it out as I've been replacing with electrolytes. I've been using Pedialyte. I don't think Gatorade really works, but just on the go things, sometimes I have been having Gatorade more. But lately, I've been doing Pedialyte and diluting the Pedialyte. I was trying coconut water, but coconut water is no added sugar, but the natural sugars in it was still drying my mouth out. So I used the coconut water for smoothies instead of hydration. If it's there and Pedialyte's not there, I'll do Gatorade or really Powerade. I had Powerade, but I did have a Gatorade the other day. But really, I've been doing Powerade, but I did have one Gatorade. But really try to get Pedialyte and dilute the Pedialyte, because the Pedialyte is sweet too. But I think the electrolytes in the Pedialyte is better than what's in Powerade or Gatorade or Body Armor. Just because those have like extra sugars. I also do not like this protein shake, but I probably should have got chocolate over vanilla, but we're here because we got it. So I've been, I'll make it by itself, but I like it better flavor wise if I have a fruit with it. I've done bananas, I've done wild berries. So like or berry, not wild berries, but like a berry mix with raspberry, blueberry, blackberry, strawberry. That's been like the go-to. It's still pretty bland. I guess I could add some agave or some type of sweetener to it to make it sweet, but that's not really the goal. But it does taste a little better when I add the fruits to it. Next time, I'm gonna give the chocolate of this brand a try. And this was like the cheapest one from Walmart. And if you're like on EBT or SNAP benefits, they do cover protein. So you can get certain supplements with that government assistance, which is really good to know. I never knew that until I actually tried it. I was like, forget it. If they let me pay for it with this, I'm gonna get it. And if not, then I'll figure it out. And they do. Um, so as I figure out what supplements you can get with that government benefit, I'll be updating here. But it's good to know that you can get protein from the store, any kind of protein. They have some of the better like quality proteins, or even if you're one of those people who are big on brand, like Raw Nutrition is in the stores, so they have Raw Nutrition protein. You can get that. It's a lot out there. It's a lot of proteins out there that you can get with your SNAP benefits, EBT benefits, if you choose to. And these are good for like not necessarily meal replacements, but ways. And some people do use it as that, depending on what your fitness goal is. If you're wanting to lose weight, that's understandable. I use it to refill my body, to refill the nutrients in my body. That's what this is for. This is not a meal replacement. I count it as a meal. I count it towards my total caloric amount for the day. This is to be done after a workout. On days that I'm not working out, this is to be done like as an extra supplementation. So yeah, this is what I'm working with right now. No affiliations or anything like that, just my own discretion and buying. So that's where we're at with these things. All right, I already have my clothes out for work. Like I said, I've already straightened up. I'm just making my meals for the day, what I'm gonna eat today. It's just like if you're in prep, the better you're prepped, the better it is. So I'm one of those people that get hangry. So at work it's really important, especially since I work at a grocery store and I don't want to just be buying snacks all day or candy all day, eating on that. I like to have food that I bring for my lunch, for my 15, that I cook, that I'm eating, that I'm ingesting. So I'm about to make some mashed potatoes, homemade mashed potatoes, and I have some Philly cheesesteaks. And it's gonna be like I'm gonna have the Philly cheesesteak meat, so beef with mashed potatoes. I really should have a veggie. Maybe I'll do asparagus. Yeah, I'm gonna do asparagus. And then I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna have that one time today. So I'll measure that out, and then I'll make two different kind of smoothies. One is gonna be like a tropical blend, and then another one's gonna be a protein shake. And then I'll have that. So those will be my meals for today. Like my first 15, I'll probably have the fruit smoothie. Um, on my lunch break, I'll have the mashed potatoes, asparagus, and then beef. And then my last 15, I'll have the protein shake. Um, I need to go shopping, so I'll be going shopping tomorrow. I may go live with that. But so what we're about to prep now is the mashed potatoes and the Philly cheesesteak. The mashed potatoes been boiling for about 2 hours now, so they're nice and soft, but they're not mushy yet. So come along. I'm scaling out my food. That's when you know it's getting serious. So normally I scoop it out with a measuring cup, but I've been scaling out my meats and my proteins, which is vital. So I know how many grams I'm taking, I know how many ounces I'm taking in, instead of intuitively doing it or by per serving. How a way for me to dial in is, or that I know that I'm dialing in, is that I'm measuring my protein. My carbs I usually measure, but I just get a cup. I love cups. I like all metric systems. I'm an American, so I think the cup comes easier as far as thought process. Even outside of that, I think it's easier just to take a cup measurement and measure that out of carbs. Each carb is different, so the grams of that may be off, but at least you have some type of measurement. Like I know I had a cup of rice, I have a cup of potatoes, like I have a cup of fruit. You know, like that's how I do it. Again, they don't necessarily, a cup of fruit does not necessarily transfer to the same amount of grams every time. Protein is a little different. So a cup of protein, well, actually no, I'm lying. They're all different because a cup of fish is different than a cup of beef. And I'm talking about in ounces. If you do ounces, so the ounces don't necessarily measure the same. That's why it's easier to do a cup. If you get it, you get it. Anyways, so I measured out a lunch. And dinner. So like when I get off, I don't have to do anything. I just grab the food from the fridge. And if I was really about that, which I really am, but I just don't have the containers or the refrigerator space, I would measure out all of this. So like every container would have a cup of mashed potatoes and it will have 4 ounces of beef in it. Although I didn't have enough beef, but at least every container will at least have the carb. But as you saw, I just put it all in one, like my leftover mashed potatoes, I put it in one container. Tomorrow when I go to eat, I'll take a cup, measure out the cup into a tray like this. So that's how you know, even if you're actually, no matter what you're doing, you don't have to necessarily be getting ready for the stage. If you want to dial in on your health and know what you're eating, especially if you're working with a primary health care physician, like this is a way for you to know. I eat a cup of this, I eat a cup of that. This is around my caloric intake. So like you already know what you're getting in as far as macros. It's really important because macros, we need those to grow and to sustain. They both, like, macros necessary for both. So if you want to sustain body weight, you need to be hitting the macros for your body. If you want to grow in body weight, you need to be hitting the macros for your body. If you want to lose body weight, you need to be hitting the macros for your body. Macros include fats, proteins, and carbohydrates. And then you have your little things, your small nutrients, like your vitamins, and minerals. I went blank person. So again, leftover mashed potatoes here. Tomorrow I'm off. I don't gotta worry about, well no, I'm gonna have to cook the protein, but tomorrow I'm off. All I gotta do is go measure it out. Ideally, if I had the refrigerator space and the containers, like I would have already scooped it out, and each container would have the amount of potatoes that I want. I love onions, so I sliced up some onions. My Philly is gonna be like a bunless Philly, so basically I did the Philly steak with the mashed potatoes, and put some onions on top of that, some hot sauce, and asparagus. Again, I got one thing for when I work. No matter what I choose to do, if I choose to go to the gym after work and I need to eat, or I'm just hungry after work and I need to eat, the meal is already got just popping in the microwave. And again, the preparation helps with thought process. It helps with, like, so you're clairvoyant in your brain, you don't feel so overwhelmed, you know, because prepping your meals and measuring your meals, in my personal opinion, I think that is a healthy habit. So it's all about replacing bad habits with healthy habits, and I think this is a healthy habit. It can become a bad habit if you become obsessive over it, and that's what I'm talking about. I am. I think there's steps to it for everybody. For me personally, I can have an obsessive personality. For me, not to obsess over food and how much I'm taking in, everything that includes that. I just, my food, you could do the handful method, you could do intuitive eating, and then I started scaling out my food with a cup, and now I'm measuring it, so and that works for me. So, I'm gonna talk. This looks so good. So for some fats, I added cheese to my mashed potatoes. Don't judge me, judge me. Another way that I could get some healthy fats is avocado, which I'll probably do with that little bit of Philly cheesesteak sauce left. Tomorrow morning I'll do avocado with the Philly with the potatoes. All macros mix. Avocado is my fats, the Philly is my protein, the mashed potatoes is my carbs. You see how we did that? I don't scale out veggies that, but I had 11 spears in total, so I did 5 spears in one meal and 6 spears for the other. Again, there go the cheese. There go the cheese. And then the seasoning I was using earlier, I actually found this. I believe it was TJ Maxx. I don't know, y'all. It was a few years ago. This is TJ Maxx or Marshalls. But this Herbs de Providence, I think it's like a French seasoning, but it has lavender in there, fresh lavender in there, but like dried garlic and herbs. And so this is what I season the. It's really good for meats like steak and stuff like that. If you do gourmet meals, but I just use it for my veggies and put this on my asparagus. I like flavor, as you can see. I season my food well. A part of that is because I need sodium, but another part is I enjoy eating. So I like for my food to be flavorful, even if it is a chore. So again, a lot of bodybuilders, no matter what division you are, a lot of bodybuilders sometimes feel like eating is a chore because you have to eat so much, especially bodybuilders. Um, so it becomes like a chore. You don't necessarily enjoy your food. I want to stay as far away from that as I can. So that's why I use seasonings. That's why I switch it up. Different fruits, different nutrients. Because food is an uplifter for me. It is definitely antidepressant. Okay, so for my smoothie, this first one, I'm going to actually use the Pedialyte for. So I'm gonna do 8 ounces of this Pedialyte. If I had coconut water, I would be using that, but I don't have none right now. I was talking to mine. That's one of the pickups that I'll be getting. Some coconut water. This one is tropical fruit blend, pineapple, mango, papaya, coconut. It's so good. It's so good. And it's so, again, that's a cup of fruit. That's our carbs. So I'm breaking down this carbs, the best carbs to have. Over, yeah. Some of the best carbs is food. It's natural sugar. This is just one. This is just for the nutrition. So this is like the nutrients refill. So what I mean by that, the benefits of all the fruit. Papaya is high in everything. Fiber is high in mostly fiber. It does have protein in it. Pineapple, it is, with it being a citrus fruit, it helps the probiotic. It helps with your gut. It has probiotic in it. Coconut has aminos in it. That's really good. Mango, it's just, I don't know what nutrients is high at. I want to say calcium, but not 100% the highest nutrients that's in mango. But it tastes good. And so this whole combination, normally I have upon waking, like for breakfast, because it's such a, like, again, uplifter. Like, I enjoy food. I don't use it as an antidepressant, but I pay attention to like what uplifts my body and what uplifts my mood. And this smoothie blend right here is definitely. So I was contemplating if I wanted to add creatine to that or not. I have, it's been about a week of me taking creatine, and I've actually been doing it taking it after my workouts. So I was kind of contemplating it. The directions say when you're doing, like, to take it 30 minutes to 60 minutes before exercise. I did that one time and it was okay. I just felt myself use the bathroom more. It's like what I felt. But then again, one time may not be enough for me to really truly feel the effects. It could have been other factors that got me to the bathroom. But again, all that to say, creatine is supposed to be used before activities on the days that you work out. However, everybody is different. I have a high level of expensed energy, so I expense a lot of energy, even if it's not extraneous. I do a lot of intense movements that could be counted as working out. I walk a lot. My resting heart rate is elevated, stays elevated. It's pretty high. So what I'm gonna do, actually, while I was planning, I was like, no, I am gonna add creatine. So even though I'm not working out, I'll be on my feet today for at least 8 hours. I'll be walking around, probably getting at the minimum 15,000 steps. So this is okay for me to have. It does instruct on your off days where you're not in the gym to have it with your biggest meal. I do that too. Again, it just helps me use the bathroom. It doesn't have fiber in it. We naturally, it is something that is naturally produced in meat that we get it from. The supplement, of course, just helps for you to get a higher dosage in one sitting. So you're not eating all this food, pounds and pounds of food to get a small serving. So right now, the biggest effect that I have seen is that I use the bathroom. Um, but it's not a fiber supplement, but that's what it is. But what it's doing is it I'm still reading up on research, so I don't want to do this part as informative. All of this you should take as information, but then do your own backup research. But there's a lot of opinions on creatine. So I just wanted to see how it supplements my body throughout a workout. So we're 2 weeks a week. This will be week 2 of taking this. And right now my biggest thing that I see is that I use the bathroom. So I've been using the bathroom 3 or 4 times a day. And when I say use the bathroom, I'm talking about bowel movement. So that's really good personally. Yeah, like I said, I'm up to 3 or 4 times a day with the bowel movement. And I eat 4 to 6 times a day. So that's why that's good to me. It's like it's not, even though I'm fat right now, I got some weight to my weight. But using this supplementation gets me there. I weighed in at I ate so many snacks yesterday. I was emotionally eating yesterday. This morning, I've been taking my weight in the morning and at night, and eventually I'll put it on a graph, like a line graph, to see the spikes and decreases and see how I'm doing. But this morning I was 162.4. I broke 160 on Tuesday. So Tuesday I've been hovering in the 160s, which is the heaviest I ever. This is the heaviest. This is the most weight I've done ever. And so I've been hovering at the 160s. I haven't got past 165. And then Tuesday I broke 160. I was 159.4. But then I ate like shit last night, which I still thought it was gonna be more than 162. But I was 162 this morning. So I weigh in the morning and at night in the morning. And as soon as I wake up, right before I go to sleep. And again, just ways to. Doesn't matter if you're a competitor or not a competitor, you just do things for a lifestyle. These are little cues. I want to be more in tune with my body. For me personally, I am a competitor. So this is all in preparation to get to the stage. And who knows how long that journey may be. It may be 54 weeks, it may be 36 weeks, it may be 26 weeks. I just want to actively count and take the markers of not only how long it takes, but more like the process of getting my body to that extreme. Bodybuilding, the thing about the sport of bodybuilding is very extreme. Yeah, it's not your average sport. It's more extreme than football. Football is extreme in physicality, like you get physical on the field, but their body is well fueled. I'm talking about the operation and the function of your body. For this sport, it is very, very extreme because you do all this nourishing and working out, and day of competition, what the competition is seeing who has the best muscle on their body. And so in order to do that, you pull so much. You pull the nutrients, you pull the water, you pull a lot. Even if you're and everybody has different approaches. Even if you don't pull it completely, you're at like, so I've been, in the past, I've had a coach where day of competition, I couldn't drink no water at all. It's just putting water in your mouth, swirling around and spitting out. I've also had a coach day of competition. I could have 6 ounces throughout that whole day, 24 hours. I was supposed to take in 6 ounces. So there's different approaches to getting ready for the stage. However, day of competition, even if you don't completely pull a nutrient or a macro or some type of food, you have you have greatly decreased it. You know what I'm saying? So if you normally eat a cup of fruit, you might be a half a cup of fruit or a quarter, a third. And just that, even a decrease in food is very dramatic because, again, your body is used to operating at a certain amount of calories, at a certain energy out, energy in. It's a whole lot of science behind it, but your body is used to it. So what bodybuilding is extreme in is the function of your body. Um, I just went on a tangent. Yeah, so I just want to do that in the most healthiest way. I think both of the shows I did was healthy, but I didn't like the way I rebound. It was so hard, and I didn't even track read feeds or anything. Just off of memory, body experience. Like for me to have longevity in the sport, I need to find a better way for me to rebound. So I'm taking my time. I'm taking my time to make a pro debut. I'm taking my time in all of this because once we go down, once we start, it's gonna be like going down a hill. You're not gonna be able to stop that momentum. I don't care what you are, I don't care who you are. That's just what it's gonna be. So right now we're working up the hill, and not intentionally. It's not like we're doing anything intentional to self-sabotage or deter ourselves. We're just taking the time to get there, and what it feels like is going up a hill. Once we get there, we pick a show that's going to be the top of the hill, and then from there, it's just literally going to be going downhill. And I'm talking about momentum. The momentum when you come downhill, baby, it's really hard to stop. Okay, so this is instructed to be 6 to 8 ounces. I do 10 ounces of liquid, a half cup of fruit, and then my protein. And I think I might add a little more water to this. And this is advised to take twice a day, but again, I eat my protein, so this is just for supplementation. So I usually just have one a day. Maybe in the future, it'll be two, because sometimes I don't be want. Not that I don't want to eat. I don't want to chew. The energy to chew. I will. Hello. The energy to chew. I'd rather just take to drink. It's easier on my digestive system. All that. And the berries are good because you get a little minerals in there that, these berries are high in antioxidants, so they can just other nutrients that I can get. And now it's time to clean up, wash my dishes. If you notice, I clean as I go. And shout out to Mama DG. Shout out to one of my parents. My stepmom growing up, she taught us that I was a little girl, and that was one of the lessons that she taught us, is to clean as you go. And there's many reasons behind it. And it took me to become an adult to be obedient to that discipline. And I think this season is about obedience. The last season was discipline. And so I had to, in the last season of discipline, I had to not only implement some disciplines, I had to bring back up some disciplines from like childhood or adolescence, young adulthood, disciplines that were healthy habits that I wasn't being obedient in doing. And so now it's not about discipline anymore. It's about the obedience. You know what I'm saying? The obedience to make I have the discipline to make my bed. Do I have the obedience to wake up and make my bed every morning? That type of stuff. I have the discipline to meal prep. Do I have the obedience to prep every single meal? So again, it's about being obedient to the disciplines that you have implemented. And that's the season we're in. I have the obedience. I have the discipline to work a job. Do I have the obedience to go? That type of stuff. Instead of calling out. I have the discipline to go to the gym. Do I have the obedience to go twice a day? And I don't want to say what teachings it is, but in a lot of like Buddhism or Taoism, monks, they do a lot of things in the moment. I read about this one ashram, and that's where monks go to meditate, study. I read about this one ashram where like they talked about when they make their meals, they don't have their meals before they clean the dishes. Like they make the meals, they clean the dishes, then they have their meal. And then once they have their meal, they don't put that dish back in the sink, they clean the dish. And that helps for in a moment presence. Like they're really big on not putting off tomorrow what you can do today, or not putting off later what you can do today. And then giving appreciation in that moment. So like I have this book that speaks on that story and that experience, and then a lesson is for you to be mindful when you're washing dishes. And It asks questions. What does the suds feel like as you wash the dishes? What did it to keep your brain present in the moment? For everybody, it's a balancing act. And then I have time. This guy at my job, I just be standing there. He's like, "Where is Dana? Where is Dana? Is she over there? Is she out?" Like, because I look like I'm not present in the moment, because it's like this blank stare. But I'm so present in the moment that it's kind of, it all kind of ends up being the same. But as far as outwardly looking, anyway. But I love that lesson in that book that talked about that being present is and examples of that. So is the discipline that was implemented in me when I was younger that talked about cleaning as you go, especially when you cook, and then more stuff that reiterates that discipline, like when I read books, like the book that I was reading that talked about the example, and it brings in other ideologies and thought beliefs and patterns, to help this argument, or he had this viewpoint. So I just think it's all pretty cool. But again, clean as you go. So I'm about to wash the dishes. I'm not gonna put it off till later, because again, I'm gonna go to work, I'm gonna get off. I'm not gonna want to do that. I'm not gonna want to cook when I get off. I'm not. Why stress myself out? If I know that now, prepare so that the stress is less. The number one cause of death in the world, especially America, is raised cortisol. Your cortisol is your stress. That's something that's released in our brain. Chemical that is released in our brain and our body is cortisol. That's the number one cause of death. You know what I'm saying? So if you can minimize your stress, then you're adding time onto your life. And again, if you can eat healthily, you're adding time onto your life. If you can get to the gym, you're adding time onto your life. We're all dying. But it's about having a better quality of life in the moment. Again, that's why I talked about paying attention to what foods make my body feel good. Like, not just as an athlete, just as a person, but then there's that athlete aspect too. But this is like an uplifter for my body. Again, what I would call an antidepressant. What makes my body feel good? You know what I'm saying? All these things adds on to your life. It's natural healing, natural medicine. I need to get this little bit of protein. I hate clumpy protein. But I'm gonna wash these dishes real quick. Alright, what you talking about? Damn, I am late. You looked into Ty's Conscious Kitchen yet? No, I haven't looked into Ty's Conscious Kitchen. It was actually on my mind. I haven't forgot though. I literally thought about it 2 days ago. So, still on my to-do list. Got a juice at bottom. Got a juice at bottom to wind powder in the middle. Less of a struggle with the mixing. I agree. I know that too. That was just my process in that moment. Why don't you model? I have in the past. I've like fitness models. I mean, it's not a complete no, but again, I'm not in that season. I have some weight on me right now, so body image isn't a struggle. However, it is a process daily, because I never looked like this before. You know, I never felt like this before. Even when I work out, it's different. I'm carrying a whole extra 30 pounds than I ever have before, so I feel different. You know, and then when I look at my body, I'm not being mean to myself when I say I'm fat. I can be honest and blunt with myself. Everybody's a little different. Some days I can't say fat, some days I do say chunky. But I do take an honest route with myself. And instead of being like, oh, I don't really like that, I pay attention and be like, okay, I need to work on that. So one of the things I need to work on is the back fat. I got these 2 rows, and I'm gonna say what I just said I don't like to do. I don't really like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not being mean to myself, but I don't personally like that. So why would I model? Why would I put myself out there? And I know the modeling industry is they're tough as far as like how they talk to you. They're not gonna take a loving approach and be like, they're gonna say fat, they're gonna say rose, they're gonna say ugly, they're gonna say go on a diet. You know, so I wouldn't do that to myself right now. And not that I will always be, if I do get back into modeling, not that I will always be a fitness model. I could be a plus size model. I could, but you just open yourself up for critique and everybody's opinion. I don't really want everybody's opinion, so I put myself in that arena. Yeah, I don't care too much for everyone's opinion. And it's not like it's a shit ton of money, you know. I like fitness modeling because most of the time, you know, it goes into conversation of how did you get your physique like that? And I love talking about that. I love the journey of that. I love my personal journey of it, and I love hearing other people's journey of that. It's more of a conversation instead of being like, you know, when you see most models, they're just doing a spread. It's not talking about how did you get so pretty. Because it's not wrong with being vain, but it's very vain. So. But fitness modeling is a little different. I need to hurry up. I'm not necessarily behind, but yeah, I'm about 10 minutes behind where I want to be. Again, I'm working on being in the moment and less stress. So like having the obedience to get up when I say I'm gonna get up, so I don't have to rush to do nothing. I'm not like all scattered. That should be so stressful. I hate being like that. So I've been doing better at a lot in proper time to get things done. calves are tight. I'm doing a lot of walking and standing. But I did buy some better shoes. Found a good deal on some shoes, more comfortable shoes. They're actually some Adidas, and that should help. That should help. My calves are tight right now. But these are just like walking and standing shoes. I still need to. I could probably lift in these too, but I have lifting shoes that's like specifically for the gym. And then I just need a pair of running shoes, and then I'll be good. That's like specifically for running. I think that'll help minimize. It's not gonna get rid of, but it'll minimize, you know, the swelling, the inflammation, everything that's happening with my legs. It'll minimize that. I'll still have to ice. I'll still have to Epsom salt. When I was in college, I was in the boot for like 4 or 5 months, and while I was in the boot, I had PT and physical therapy. I had to do physical therapy is PT. Physical therapy and rehabilitation therapy I had to do 3 times a week, and I'm realizing that that's probably I'm gonna have to implement a lot of those exercises and movements that we did in those sessions. I'm gonna have to implement that back into, those are gonna be like rest day stuff, or just, it's gonna have to be warm-up stuff. You know, when I started going, I would have to go like 2-3 hours before practice. I would have to go do PT. Then I would go to practice, and after practice, I would do PT. This was like 3 hours before practice. I would do PT, then after PT, then I would get stretched by like a personal trainer. I would get stretched, then I would go to practice. Then after practice, I would go back to the facility, take an ice bath, or do a contrast bath, ice bath, hot tub, or some type of, again, more rehabilitation, whether it's ice cupping the shin, the specific area, doing a tense unit, a lot of rehabilitation. So I don't run every single day, but realizing, you know, I'm realizing like, damn, I had to go through that back then to rehabilitate myself, but it's something that I'm always gonna have to do. You know what I'm saying? Especially since like the diagnosis that I have that caused the stress fracture was plantar. It had to do with my feet, and I didn't get no surgery on my feet. I didn't change my feet, and so when I get back to working out and implementing running, I'm gonna have to do these things, you know. And at first I was a little upset about it because it could be tedious, you know, like putting marbles on the ground and picking the marbles up with my feet, doing resistance bands, just a lot of like things with my feet to work with the tendons, which then work with my ankle, which then helps the shin, works with my knee. Again, it's all a chain. Back then, I actually used to have to get my feet taped every single practice. So I had physical therapy 3 times a week. I got my foot taped every practice, every track meet, and I don't do any of that. So I'm definitely gonna have to implement back in the physical therapy and the rehabilitation. Now, I don't have the funds to find a professional to do that. However, I did that for enough time to learn the basics of it, and I have an understanding of it, especially with my experience in fitness. So I could implement it back into my regimen myself, which will help with my body and my healing until I can afford a professional that will help me with it. You know, but I can't ignore it, you know, like it's way past the point where I can't ignore it. You just can't ignore it. And I think I think that's the difference when you get older and younger. It's not that these things didn't hurt. I just didn't pay attention to it till it got super bad. And like my balance game, I said this on a previous flaw that my rebound game back then was I was so elastic. You know, I could bounce back no matter what it was, like no matter what it was in life. Whereas now, certain things like it hit me hard, and so I don't want to have to bounce back from a leg injury. You know, so I have to implement healing, and we go through these past experiences to learn, you know what I'm saying? And if I have the knowledge and the information to help myself, I might as well, you know, use it. That's the beautiful thing about it. Like when you work with it, I used to tell all my clients this: I want to get to a point where you don't need me. You work out with me. I'm your personal trainer, literally for the vibes. But your understanding and your knowledge becomes so complete that I'm no longer your guide anymore. That's how I know that I'm doing my job properly, because it's not for me to just give you direction and just tell you what to do. I want for you to learn. I want for you to be able to implement these cues. Now, I mean, even if you become a competitor in a sense of you like, shit, I want to become a personal trainer. Great. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I don't want is for you to take this information and learn it and then start doing your own thing on the side. Like, you know what I'm saying? You kind of just stole my jig. But even if it comes to that, I'm okay. You get what I'm saying? Because it could be 1,000 personal trainers. It could be 1,000 coaches. It could be 1,000 life coaches. Like, none of them are going to be Dana. None of them are going to approach it the way that I would. None of them is going to have the energy, the vibe, the mindset that I do. So that's one thing I love about the ability to choose. We can choose. You can choose who your personal trainer is. You can choose those things. But when I worked with clients, that was my goal, is to educate them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my clients, I think every last one, majority of my clients, 90% of my clients had families too. They had kids. So I want for you to be able to implement this with your children, with your family. And if you need a lot of my clients, they would start with me, and then I would coach their kids, or their kids would start with me and I would end up coaching them, because it becomes a more holistic approach. I want everybody in the household to know what I'm talking about. I want everybody to learn. I want you to implement this. I'm okay with like goals, you know. Hey, I want to get ready to go on this cruise. I want to get ready to do this. I want to get ready for my birthday. I want to get ready for, you know, cuffing season. I'm okay with that. And that's because that's really how I got started in personal training. However, my passion and my joy comes from implementing life changes for people who's like, hey, I just want to get started on a fitness journey. I love that, because they become more absorbent to the information. They start paying more attention. They have more feedback for you. Again, your knowledge starts to grow, because it's not just you who you've been able to transform. It's been other people who takes the same exact information in your approach and they implement it. And they're able to make whatever changes it is that they want. Again, whether it's gaining, maintaining, toning, losing. Like, once you have your approach and you're able to have somebody take your approach and reach their goals, that's fulfilling too. could have put some ginger. Normally I put ginger in that first smoothie. I forgot. But it's okay. All right. Lunch made, hot sauce, utensils, everything in there. Check it out. I have my water in the freezer. I keep that in my work vest. It's 1.5 liters. That Evian bottle. And I've had 3 16 ounces. So this right here will stay in my work pocket. And I have one more actually. It's a Hill's water. Hot sauce because I put that shit on everything. I'm gonna have to unpack these bags when I get back. Okay. Shit. Oh, I might not be doing no makeup today. Cause it's 1 o'clock. I got 30 minutes. Yeah, I'm not gonna do no makeup today. I'm gonna get into the ash line process. clean balls. And they jingle like a lot of keys. Yeah, don't delete these live streams because our time zones are so far apart. Alright, Mighty Mouse, I want a lot of them. You can go. I think I have 2 on lock right now that I need to just go through, watch the content, and unlock it. Most of them, like once I do the live and I go back and I watch it, I'm like, okay, it's good. It's only one that if you didn't catch it live, you ain't gonna catch it, and nobody caught it live. Maybe like in the far future, I might release that. It was a vulnerability moment, and I was called to share and not prophesize, give my testimony. But because of the level of vulnerability of it, it was like an in a moment thing. If you wasn't there to be a part of it, which no one was, so it was a thing for me, and I want to hold on to that. So maybe in the future, and the vulnerability with it has since been released, but because I was very intentional going into it, so I was intentional in the sense of, okay, I'm gonna be obedient and share this, but however, it's not gonna be a playback live. Whoever catches it live, but it's not gonna be a playback live. And I think that's beneficial, not for myself the most part, but for everybody. You know, a lot of times we're not cognizant of what we're sharing on the internet because everybody want to be a damn viral sensation. I understand it. You get what I'm saying? I understand it. However, like, we got to do better. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially like when we see how the kids is using the social media, that's how we as an adults, mature adults, wise people, we got to do better at like what we release. And just because you can doesn't mean that you should. So I take a lot of not responsibility, but I take a lot of pride in like integrity when it comes to like what I release on the internet now. You know, and that's come with growth. The way I operated on MySpace was not the way I operated on Facebook. The way I operated on Facebook was not the way I operated on my first Instagram. When I created the Coach D, my business page, the way I operated on that Instagram was not the way I operated on my personal Instagram. When I took a hiatus for a year, well, it was a little shy of a year. I took hiatus from all social media for 10 months last year. When I got on YouTube, intentionally I knew what I'm doing on YouTube is not going to be like anything I'm doing on that I did on any other platform. You grow. I grew out of those spaces, and like once it was put on me to share, that also came with a responsibility to not overshare. You know, be intentional about the information that I'm sharing. Like if you go watch it back and watch every content, like even them funny ass shorts, really all it's about is I inform people about my life experience. And I hope you can use me as like a science study in a sense of, dang, if it's something resonates with you, damn, she's going through it too. Let me see how she dealt with that. So like that's the main point. And then the big focal point over here on this channel is healing through nature and health and fitness. That's what I talk about. And if you go back to those other social medias, Instagrams, Facebook, it was a little bit of that there, but I was there for entertainment. I was there to live. I was there, you know, for other things. Now I take a lot of responsibility and the content that I put out, even the funny content, even the stuff that I want to go viral, whatever. Like, I take a lot of responsibility in it, and it's not just let me wake up and get in front of this camera and see what I can do to be a sensation. I'm a sensation in the meditation session. I'm a sensation in the gym. I'm a sensation when I pray. I'm a sensation when I go to church. I'm a sensation when I praise and worship. I'm not looking for that feeling of sensation on the internet with the content that I post. So yeah, go back, watch the lives, like, comment, subscribe, share. I want you to comment, like, it could be love. You can love bomb, like really, like if you're able to, you're in that space, share. Dang, that resonated with me. This part resonated with me. Timestamp it. Okay, I get that viewpoint. I didn't think about that before. This is I'm gonna change my perspective, or my perspective on that is different than yours. I have this perspective. Like, I was told by my father who raised me that you got to teach people how to love you. And he told me this in my adult life in regards to dating. And I was just like, what? Like, I understood, but it didn't 100% resonate. And then last year, he texted me on my birthday, just because people don't love you the way that you want to doesn't mean that they don't love you. I was like, what? And now where I'm at now, in this season of obedience, I understand what he was saying. And obedience has a part to do with it too. But really, overall, is you have to teach people how to treat you, how to talk to you, how to love you, what your love language is. And if you don't do that, you can't be mad that they give you what they think that you want, or two, that's just how they love. They just go in and love you how they love because they assume that's how you want to be loved. We have to teach people. And a lot of times when we become adult, like, let's take romantic relationships for example, we're like, man, why I gotta tell him that I want this? Because he don't fucking know, girl. That's why you gotta tell him. You gotta tell him how to love you. You gotta teach him how to love you. If you years in the game, then that's a little something different. But y'all be dating for a few months or together for a few, a little bit of time, a shorter time span, and expecting somebody to know you through and through. And even years in the game, you're constantly developing. So it's always a constant teaching someone where you're at. And that's what I'm doing. I'm teaching y'all how to communicate with me here on the social media platform. Teaching you what I'm doing, where I'm coming from in love, and I'm teaching you how to come at me and how to speak to me and how we can create impactful conversation. All right. Ooh, it look like it's about to storm. So I'm not gonna have time to do my makeup. I did want to do a get ready with me, and I did want to do my makeup. However, I'm not, because it's gonna create, it's 1:20, and technically I could rush and do it, but again, this is learning, right? I learned that I like to do my makeup. I learned that I like to wear makeup. And even I don't have to talk about, I'm not necessarily talking about how frequent, but I have come to the realization that I like to do my makeup and I like to wear makeup. And so, before I get started, this is these are my go-tos. I got the Dr. Teal's shea butter and almond oil, some unrefined coconut oil. Get you a little stick that you can dip in there instead of your dirty hands. Um, and some castor oil. The lotion I'll be using today is this. And because I don't have my spray deodorant, I'm gonna use this. So this is what I'm oiling my body with, as we had this talk. So, what was I saying? So I've come to the realization that I like to wear makeup, and it's a fun thing for me, and it's actually, like, as far as mood, it's an uplifter. So when I get inspired to, I do my makeup. And today, if I wanted to, I could, like, hurry up and get dressed and rush to put on makeup. However, because it's a fun feeling thing, something that I like to do, I'm not going to do it while I'm stressed. I'm not going to do it and then in turn it creates stress and overwhelmment. I want to keep it as a feel-good thing that I do, a uplifter. So I deal with moods throughout the day. For example, if I woke up and I was crying, I was sad, I was in the bed, and something inspired me and said, girl, get up, go do your makeup and just walk outside. Doing that makeup is going to be an uplifter instead of, dang, I do my makeup and that creates stress and cortisol, because every time I do my makeup, I end up being late at work. So now when when I wake up and I'm crying and it says do your makeup, I have a bodily response of stress to it, a form of PTSD. No disrespect to veterans, because there's levels to this shit, right? So I'm not saying to that level. However, what I'm saying is being able to correlate what uplifts your mood and what doesn't, and how to keep those things as medicine for you. So because I've been running my mouth on this live, which is okay, I don't have time to do my makeup, so I'm not gonna do my makeup. I don't have to do it. You know what I'm saying? But if I did have enough time, I would do it. It'd make me feel even better. Like, there's no height to feeling good. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of times we try to reach that height with drugs like marijuana and cocaine and liquors, and you know what I'm saying? We're trying to reach these heights, or some people may, not all people, some people may be trying to reach these heights, but I want to be there in real life. I want to be able to sustain things without a drug. I want to do things without a drug. So again, I become cognizant of, like, damn, this really makes me feel good. I like waking up with the sun. I like when I wake up, I do a live outside and I see the sun coming up. I really like that. But if it created stress to get up with the sun, I wouldn't implement that into my routine. However, it doesn't create stress. I get up with the sun. Hope we got mature people over here that know your panties and bras just like a bathing suit. Mature, non-judgmental. That's what I'm cultivating over here. Wise folk. Damn. All right. And I work about 4 miles up the street. So it takes me, I still got some gel in my hair from the other day, so I don't need to reapply. I'm gonna just stretch it. And the whiteness that you see will oxidize and it won't be white. So thank y'all for kicking the shits with me. It was more like a kick the shits with me episode. Okay, I need to figure out ways to get creative with my hair. It's growing back. Slowly, it's growing back. Oh, let me do an outfit check real quick. Booty on slow. All right. And so at this rate, I'll still be able to clock in 10 minutes early. Y'all, I think these are size 8 pants. These are size 9 pants. I never had no 9 in my life. But again, we got some weight on us. It's raining. The rain that came. The rain done started. And just work my edges for a bit. Again, that white will dissipate once we get outside. And no makeup today. All right, y'all. Have a spectacular Saturday. And the live payback will be available by Monday for you to watch it in its entirety.